Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Hecata Chronicle Berlin Bloodlines. This is our second epilogue, Only in Darkness. So let's meet our dark vampires, starting with Az.
Hi, I'm Az, that's short for Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing the delicious, delightful, devious, diablerist Adelaide Nagaraja.
Everyone hear that? Az is short for Az. Remember that. Luna?
Hi, I'm Luna, or druidbynight. You can find me at druidbynight on all the things. And tonight I will be playing the best cult leader, Imogen Lamia.
Mm-hmm. As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings will be down in the description. So if you are ready, last one's anfangen, and let's return to Berlin. Inside of Adelaide's home, the Gravedigger's Shack in Charlottenburg. Imogen, you brought with you the ingredients of Illuminate the Trail of Prey. You take your white satin ribbon and you soak it in your blood. Please make me 2 rouse checks, one for your nightly and one for this ritual. Adelaide, please make me your nightly.
1 success, 1 failure.
So you're at 2 hunger?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 hunger.
2 hunger. Both of you are 2 hunger. Num 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 num. The satin ribbon soaks with your blood and you light it ablaze and it burns very, very quickly. And I need an int and blood sorcery roll at a difficulty of 3. And it's at this point, Imogen, as you are performing this part of the ritual, you need to find out from Adelaide if you are looking for Kasim or if you're looking for Sahira. So you must ask her.
Who are we looking for?
I think before they started, there would have been a conversation.
Okay.
Adelaide would have told Imogen, so Kasim called me on Heidi's phone. And I don't know if it's Kasim. I don't know if he's even alive.
Do you want to find him?
I do. But we don't know where Sahira is.
She can't hide forever. Probably
No,
won't.
Let's see if we can find him.
She'll nod and she'll perform the ritual.
And just as an aside, if you get 3 successes or more and the ritual fails, it means that he has died.
Okay. So for that. Okay, yes, I got all my dice. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Perfect. So 3 successes. You light it ablaze, it burns really quickly. And the smoky white trail is revealed to your eyes only. And your final roll is I need an intelligence and survival roll. And the difficulty for that is going to be significant.
I'm aroused.
Mm-hmm.
I succeed, thank God. So intelligence, survival. I do have things in survival. Oh my God.
That's what we do. We survive in this family.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
After they killed us.
If you roll me 6 successes, you will find a perfect trail to your target. Anything in increasing issues lower than that, the smoky trail is going to be much more difficult for you to follow.
We're gonna use another one. This is really bad.
Bye
No,
bye,
it's not bad.
willpower. Bye bye.
As Imogen is casting Adelaide, what are you doing to prepare for this?
Adelaide's grabbing the knife, just in case.
The
She's
fennel,
got the
fennel
brass,
blade?
Yeah. The brass knuckles
Mm-hmm.
and whatever she could have grabbed from the house before they left.
All right. What did you roll, Imogen?
2.
With 2 successes, the smoke is extraordinarily difficult to follow. Extremely difficult. You can confirm that Kasim is still unalive, but you are only going to make it about halfway. You will know that before leaving. You're going to be about halfway before you'll lose the trail.
Okay. Oh, I'm out of practice.
Did it work? Is
He's
he
alive. He's alive. We can make it just halfway to his location, and then we'll have to go from there.
okay? We go from there. The last time I saw something of him, Akua saw him on a building, looking down at the city.
Imogen.
Yes.
Premonition time. Rouse check.
Yay. Yay. Success.
Resolve and auspex. If you can make up 4 successes for that, I'll give you a more definitive location.
That'd be great. 2. I'm still roused, so...
If it is less than 4 successes, you will see something irrelevant.
Okay.
Or irrelevant to the situation at hand, at the very least.
All right, that's 4 successes. Cool.
Perfect. What you see is Adelaide says, Akua told me about a building. And you concentrate, you ask Lilith to show you more information. You close your eyes, and you see the building in your mind. It's a building very, very close to Berghain in Friedrichshain, the district of Friedrichshain. It's just across from the tunnel where those thin bloods are.
She'll close her eyes and look like she's concentrating, and she'll be muttering something under her breath. And after a moment, she'll open her eyes and say, "Do you remember what the thin blood tunnel?"
Yes,
We
where
went-
we... Yes, outside Berghain, where they were talking about wanting to get in, and Edgar tried to deal in blood.
Across from there. That was the building.
Should we go there? Maybe take a look?
Do I know
See-
that's where the trail will take us?
You'd have to follow it to be sure that it will lead you into Friedrichshain. Right now, it's just leading out the door of the
Right.
shack.
Okay. I say... I have a feeling that this will take us there. Either way.
We follow the trail, and then go from there.
I think so.
Be smart about it, especially if we're going somewhere that she's been dealing in.
Imogen, what do you have prepared on your person?
My 2 daggers, my brass knuckles, and my sword always.
The Gorgon Scale. You are aware that the Gorgon Scale only does additional damage for Hecata, correct?
Yes.
All right. Just want to be sure. Adelaide, roll me a single d10.
No, this one. This one looks promising. That's an 8.
All right. There is someone here in this graveyard who is visiting a loved one. Both of you have issues with feeding on bagged blood. If you would like to hunt them, you may. Or you can leave them to grieve.
Feeling a bit hungry, but I can't,
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that again. You weren't there, Imogen, but, I don't like feeding on people. I don't like their screams.
I understand. I try to only feed on the enemies of Lilith. Should we go?
Yes, there's always those thin bloods in the alley.
Mm.
Adelaide's gonna walk up and follow Imogen because she can't see it.
Mhm.
Yep. I will lead the way.
So, Imogen, are you going to drive?
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Well, Adelaide can certainly drive, and you can give her directions.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, there's a moment of like Adelaide looking at her keys, looking at Imogen, remembering the car ride. We'll go slow, and she gets in the driver's seat.
Imogen will nod several times and get in the passenger seat.
All right. If there's anything you'd like to discuss as you drive, and as you drive, Imogen, it becomes pretty clear that trail is leading you right to Flitwicksane. So you think that this is perhaps all working according to Lilith's will, as most things do. You may discuss anything that you wish in the car.
And this can't be easy for you. But we'll find him.
I just hope we find him in a better state than my nightmares.
I
I'm
understand.
getting tired of running from her, though.
She ran from us last time. That's something.
With that giant-ass fireball.
I didn't see the fireball, did I? There was, like, a big one?
Edgar's newest party trick, I think.
Oh.
I'm sorry if it caused any more damage to your home.
Well, it didn't seem to, and it wasn't your fault anyway.
She's been following me. She's, I don't know.
After we find him, we'll find a way to deal with her. She can't follow you anymore.
She's been following me my whole life. I don't want to be prey anymore.
And you won't be. She's your enemy, she's mine.
And we'll take her out together.
Absolutely.
And the members of the family that she's turned against.
Yes.
Hecata.
Yes. And now she'll think back to the club where Ambrose was raising the zombies. Yeah. We'll need to-
Ambrose. Is he dead?
Poor.
I think we need to do a bit more interrogation,
We should.
given how easily his sire gave him up.
I should. Could my daughters have thrown him in the dungeon?
Absolutely, if you told them to. I imagine
Perfect.
with the chaos of everything that happened and with the sun rising, it's really now Maria's purview to do interrogations,
Perfect.
as it was once Osric's.
He's in the basement of the manor, so Maria will have to interrogate him, but we have him.
Good. Then there's the others that were taken. Beatrice
Yes.
hasn't responded to me at all.
I wanted to use this trick to find her. I still will, if there's time.
It's been a most stressful few nights.
No kidding.
We'll find them. And Maria will have to interrogate them. And then there's that skull.
Right. Let's go.
Ooh, intelligence and occult for everyone. Don't know if Edgar told you what that skull was. Certainly told Maria what it was. But there might be an issue with that. But it depends on if you know what it is or not.
Would grave rituals count here?
Oh yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
It's blood sorcery, but I'll allow it.
Damn. I can't roll. I am rolling so bad today. 3.
Three is the success I needed, so 3 and 5. Perfect, both of you know. You would know that this ritual, this Bone of Lies ritual, requires a wraith to be bound to it. And based on what you have seen so far in Berlin and what has only been increasing in activity, you think that if anyone attempts to use this to Edgar's folly, having created this wraith bound to the skull, it's probably going to end pretty badly for whoever attempts to use it.
The skull with everything happening here with the veil and the wraiths. I don't know much about that, but I did see what happened to Giancarlo.
I didn't. But I saw the veins in him falling to his shadow.
Yes, he attacked us in the car.
Oh, I'm not surprised. He was rude anyway before
I
that,
never
so
liked him.
no. But I don't think anyone deserves what happens. I'm glad that Edgar didn't bring his mother here, especially after hearing what happened with the Asher.
She'll nod. Right.
We'd have a specter on our hands if we used that. Maybe we do it a different way. Or if they want to try and use it, I would be willing to be there. My knife is specially equipped to handle these situations.
Is it? Interesting.
Family heirloom.
I hope I never have to see it used.
Unfortunately, with the plans that are in play with the Shadowbane, I find it will be rather useful.
Right.
But if we fix this, maybe it'll come in handy later. The skull, that is.
When Shadowbane is mentioned, Imogen will remember how Ariana was there and how Adelaide didn't know that. So Imogen will fall kind of quiet for a moment and lost in thought. You weren't there. My sister showed up. Ariana, she's completely controlled by Lucius. She wants to find the Shadowbane for him. There's nothing I could do to stop her, to sway her.
Unfortunately, well, at least in my own way, I understand. It would take a lot to pull the veil back to see that we don't need to make our sires proud.
Right. You're right.
It's odd, though, how much we care for the person who killed us.
I never thought of it that way. You're right.
Murdered and molded.
What better way to put it?
So we break the mold.
Absolutely.
We be our own people.
Grow this family into what it needs to be.
Yes. Now it's just getting everyone else to realize that.
So you pull into Friedrichshain, close to the tunnel. As I said, you can't park here. This is a walking area, but you pull in as close as you can, street parking, to where all these thin bloods hang out in this tunnel that you're aware of. And you look around, and Imogen points out the building that she saw in her vision. And you could go in there. But I need everyone making a wits and awareness roll. I'm so sorry, Imogen.
Is this a new scene?
Boy, it sure is.
Oh, okay. Boy, it sure is.
And you know what? We're gonna be living dangerously. Don't fuck me. That's a success. Okay, it didn't. You get to stay. You stay right there, buddy. Okay. And awareness. Plus my die.
Okay. Well, it's not great. It's 3 with the possible bestial.
Increase your hunger 2 more times, Imogen.
Oh, damn. I was happy for a second.
Okay,
I gave you the opportunity to eat someone at the graveyard. I just want that to be remembered. You are now at 4. You are now at 4 hunger.
I sure am.
And of course, you hear the voice of Ariana in your mind. Schwester, bitte, bitte, ich habe Hunger. You have to feed me, sister, please. You killed me and then you leave me to starve. Please.
Shake her head.
6.
6. You step out of the car and Imogen looks around and you see her fangs descend and she sort of gets real stilted as if something is paining her, and you see that she is suddenly very, very hungry. And as you look at her, you maybe look in the direction she was looking at. Maybe it was something she was looking at that made her hungry, but no, it couldn't have been. And that's when you see Magdalena coming out of the tunnel. As I said, you had to park quite a significant distance away. You see Magdalena coming out of the tunnel and getting into a very nice town car. And driving away.
She left with one of the Putanesca boys. I thought she was dead. She's supposed to be dead.
Magdalena?
But that is what, quote-unquote, Kasim told you.
Should we wait for Luna to unfreeze?
There
we go.
So the question becomes, do you follow Magdalena? Or do you inspect the building? There's no way you'll know where Magdalena went. I'm sure you could follow her again with the trail. But she won't be alone anymore. Wherever she will be, it will likely be with other people.
Should we grab her? Go
I'm
after
sorry.
her.
We're here to look for Kasim. One thing at a time.
Everything in order. Otherwise it becomes chaos. Yes. But I'm taking down the plate. And the car model. If
See
I
how
can.
quickly you can do this.
Okay.
So
Can I, like, body block? Can I, like, cover?
body block the car?
No, in Adelaide while she's doing the thing.
While she's copying down the plate?
Oh, never mind. No, I misunderstood.
So
Skip.
So
I
what am I
misunderstood. Never
rolling
mind.
with awareness? Maybe?
Make
Oh.
me an intelligence and awareness.
Intelligence and awareness. Okay.
I completely misunderstood what was happening.
No, it's
My
totally
internet's so
fine.
bad.
That would have been so hilarious.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if I
Just
get this
step in front of her.
information, I can use my lore sheet for committing the perfect murder.
You sure can.
Is there anybody that's like being a little sus around women around here?
What's your roll for that?
Look, if we're doing
What
this, we're
is
doing
your
this.
roll for that? Your
Oh,
roll
no.
is... Sorry, hang on. Why did
4.
I find your roll for that? Intelligence and investigation or stamina and stealth?
I got 7 and it's messy.
Mm-hmm. So you're also going to increase your hunger by 1?
Okay, for 3.
You hear the voice of Baba in your mind. Ah, it is time to feast, daughter. Take her out. She has powers you don't have. You need them. She doesn't need them. You want to find anyone you want to find, or you drink her blood. Take her down. Take her power, like you took mine. You know you want to do it again.
No, I don't. I'm not you.
We'll see. Imogen, what'd you roll?
2.
2 successes. That's enough. That is the minimum
thank
amount
God.
that I need. Yes, you see a very sussy dude that is hanging out by the tunnel, and he seems to be catcalling some of the women that are heading in. Because again, the tunnel is walkable. The purpose of it is to walk from. So here's some lore that I never dropped about Berghain. Berghain is called Berghain because it's in the border of Kreuzberg and Friedrichshain. So they called it Berghain. I never dropped that lore because in my mind that's obvious. But I realized to non-German speakers it's not an obvious thing at all to say. So yeah, so that tunnel is there for that exact purpose, to go back into either Friedrichshain or Kreuzberg, whichever one you're going to. And you're not stupid. I literally should have said that the Berghain episode, but I didn't because I'm dumb.
The more you know.
You see someone sussy catcalling women.
Imogen?
Yeah, Imogen is staring at this, and then she says, "Are you hungry?" Still. Follow me.
So Adelaide is gonna link her arm with Imogen's.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. And we're gonna put on the charm, lure him to an alley.
He sees you and he says, hey, Mädels. Just German
Hey,
for, like,
Junge.
girls. Hey, Junge. Bin ich doch. What are you doing tonight?
Looking for a good time.
Also, am I? Every night? You want to have a good time with me? This is a
Absolutely.
2-for-1 special.
It's your lucky night, apparently.
Depends. Is there somewhere quiet around here?
Oh, yeah. We can head into the catacombs if you're not too scared.
I'm sure you can protect us.
Of course. And he holds up both of his arms.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes you down to the catacombs. You have to walk by a lot of these thin bloods as you do so, and they stare at you. They know what you are. They know what you're doing. None of them seem to do anything about it, though. There seems to be significantly less thin bloods in here than the last time you were here.
I was gonna ask, how are they
Interesting.
looking? Are they still doing their cookout?
Mm-hmm. Leads you into the catacombs, and Imogen, this is your specialty.
Yes, so basically, Grapple hold his mouth closed.
Mm-hmm. He's immortal,
And-
so he's not going to be able to fight you off.
Yeah, and oh, do we? Okay, do you want to kill that, or what are we gonna do with the body?
Give it to the Thin Bloods. We give it to the Thin Bloods, or
That's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea.
Okay, his
I-
corpse or his?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so as she's holding him, Imogen will look up. I'll finish him, and she'll. I will drink. I will take the last sip.
And Adelaide, from where do you drink?
I'm going for his shoulder.
All right. And you may remove yourself down to 1. Imogen, you may remove yourself down to 0. Do either of you have dots in obfuscate?
Only against ghosts, and it's not something Adelaide can turn on or off.
Okay. So for the blood that he had has a melancholic resonance. So for the rest of the scene, or the rest of the epilogue, I'll say, you may give yourself an extra dot in fortitude or obfuscate, whichever one you prefer.
Ooh, yes, please.
I'm gonna do the invisible things.
Whichever you prefer. So if I call for something that requires a fortitude roll or an obfuscate roll, you get an extra die.
Yay.
It's too bad he wasn't a sociopath, because if he was a sociopath, then you would have gotten an extra dot in oblivion.
With an extra dot in fortitude, I could use Gorgon Scale, though. Ooh.
Yes. So your plan is to give this person off to the Thin Bloods.
Yes.
All right. You may proceed with that scene. How do you propose to do that?
Are any of them that we've seen before there, like the ones that we're handing business cards to?
Yes,
Well, not us.
he's posted at the very front like before. He's just throwing shit in an old Instapot.
Give this corpse to them. See what they can do with it.
We'll set him up, and then they can move him. Unless they have noodle arms, then we can do it for them.
Right, yeah.
So, Adelaide's gonna move over to the body and prop it up against the wall. And then go find the one Thin Blood.
He's in there and he's just pouring random ingredients in there. He's pouring a whole bunch of drain cleaner into the Instapot.
You're quite the chemist, aren't you?
Correct, yeah. I remember you. What do you want?
We have a body for you.
How much you want for it?
Information.
Okay.
Has anybody been coming down here to recruit or take you? There's so many. There's far less of you than there were before.
Oh, the ones that didn't head off with Renata and her wolves, so they went with Sahira, I guess. We had a, I don't know, 3 new Sinbloods. They had the funniest accents. They sounded like they were from north of Germany. Strange. They came here. They were said that they were looking for someone, or that they were supposed to stay here, and then someone would post them up somewhere, and we told them to just fuck off. Other than that.
Aren't you supposed to stick together or something?
Are you here to lecture me about my society?
No, it was a question. I don't know much about you, other than those 3.
Look, if the Camarilla isn't trying to brand us and sending their scourges to kill us, or if the Anarchs could give a fuck.
They brand you.
Of course. So they can keep... It's not a regular brand, it's a magical brand, so they can keep an eye on us.
Why?
Because we are the portent of the apocalypse. Natürlich. Haven't you heard? Our existence means that the end is coming.
Imogen
Right.
just looks like that's silly. It's a
Yeah,
look on her
no,
face.
full on ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
are you... Like, you good, bro?
But you remember, Adelaide. You remember Midian reading aloud from the Book of Nod.
Mhm.
Saying that exact thing. Speaking of the time of the Thin Blood. It was something in the book he was holding was practically crumbling and falling apart, written in Latin. It's something that has been foretold hundreds and hundreds of years ago, if not longer.
Yes, the Nodists go on about you.
I don't know what that means. It's a Camarilla brand us, and he pulls down his shirt and shows you the brand. I didn't get this here, I got this elsewhere.
Have you seen the prince recently? Or any of the scourges?
Not super recently, no. But, like I said, the only different activity or new activity is that these 3 Sinbloods came, and they weren't from Berlin, wherever they were from. And we told them to fuck off, because we have enough people here, obviously. And I don't know, someone came and talked to them, and then they went with her.
What did she look like?
Olive-colored skin and dark hair.
Do we know anyone matching that description?
Plenty of people matching the description.
Yeah. Do you have anyone set up here that keeps an eye out, or...
Me. But I'm a little busy.
I see.
And he starts dropping pieces of gummy bears into the hot pot.
Have you seen any of our clan around recently, the Hecata?
Yeah, that's what she was.
Did you hear the name Magdalena?
You're gonna have to bring me the body if you want me to keep giving you information.
It's in the catacombs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring me the body if you want more information.
And we go get the body.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he looks it over. Oh, it's really, really fresh too. That's great. And he starts pulling out his hair, the dead person's hair, and starts putting it into the hot pot. Yeah, she called herself Magdalena.
You didn't catch the conversation at all?
Oh no, she drove them somewhere, and then she drove them back here, and then I don't know where they went after that. As I said, we told them to fuck off once they came. She drops them off back here. This was a couple of nights ago. And we told them to fuck off, and they went somewhere.
Okay.
They had a corpse with them though, a body with them.
Corpse.
I don't know. It was wrapped. I couldn't see who it was.
Right.
Imogen just looked at Adelaide.
Could be any number of them.
No telling. At least not yet. Maybe we should talk to Edgar about that.
I will definitely be speaking to Edgar about his new acquisitions. That building over there. And she kind of nods to the one that Magdalena came out of.
Mm.
Has there been anyone else going in and out of there?
I try not to look over there too often. It's one of Sahira's buildings.
That is useful information. Thank you.
Thanks for the body.
My
If
pleasure.
you get into any more trouble, give me a call.
What is your name?
You can call me Ada.
Ada. You can call me Titos.
You seem to get in a lot of scraps. I can fix that. Well, not the scraps, but what happens after?
I don't heal like vampires do.
Not yet?
Not ever. Not unless I want to do something really fucking stupid.
Making a deal with me wouldn't be stupid, it would be advantageous.
No, it's not what I mean. I mean, I could heal like you do, but I would have to do something really fucking stupid.
You would. It's not worth it. Imogen. Do you want to
Shall
go
we
check
go?
out the building, or...
Yes? Let's go.
So you head over to the building. It's not a far walk.
Yeah, doing Sense the Unseen to see if there's any sort of blood source around it, especially since it's a hero's building.
Mm-hmm. There sure is.
Heightened senses for hearing.
Mm-hmm. There sure is on this building. There is a ritual that is designed to keep out Kindred. You lack blood sorcery, but I will allow you to do an into cult as you look at it to see if you can determine what it is. It needs to be high.
Could she describe it to me?
If it's
so
high
I could-
enough, I will allow it, yes.
Yeah, okay. Intelligence and occult.
I'm looking for 6.
With Adelaide describing, can she help?
No.
Okay.
I need your description for Imogen to know what it is to be 6 or higher.
Okay. Is it worth it? We're gonna do it. We're doing it. Bye-bye, willpower. Bye-bye.
Well, Adelaide and Maria won't have another epilogue, so it's only Imogen that really needs to worry about this when she goes on her date, because nothing bad will happen on the date. And
Okay, that's
Oh.
8. I got 3 more successes.
so how many? 8?
8.
Perfect. So you can describe it for Imogen pretty perfectly. This very large symbol that runs across the base of the building in a straight line. And Imogen, as she describes it to you, you realize that this is a ward to keep out full-blooded kindred. You think thin bloods can cross over this border, but full-blooded kindred can't. And as she describes it, 8, as she describes it, you realize that the only kindred who can pass through this who are full-blooded are children of Hakim.
Oh,
It's a very specialized, when she describes the different symbols and ritualistic iconography on it. That's what you believe it is.
And Magdalena came out of it?
No.
Okay.
this is a very specialized ritual. Only the Banu Hakim can cross through, and thin bloods, probably. But we couldn't.
How stealthy do you think they are?
How amenable do you think they are?
They asked for blood last time.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Or Kasim? I would do anything.
I understand. I follow your lead.
And so, going up to some of the other Thin Bloods. Would you like to make a deal with me?
Didn't we just make a deal? Ada.
Yes,
So what
but
else you
that
want?
building, we can't go inside.
Why?
It's warded. Blood sorcery.
But you can.
Why would I want to go in there?
Like I said, I can heal you. And you also need blood for your chemistry set.
You give me your blood.
A finite amount, yes.
What do you want me to do when I go in there?
I want you to look around and see if you can find anyone in there.
Why don't you just
Who
cut
matches?
off her wood?
Would I know how to do that? Well, I can't see it.
I can see it.
Could you help take it out?
I'll take some of your blood.
And we take the word off.
Poke your finger. Stick it over my hot pot.
Adelaide's gonna open her mouth so we can see her teeth. And prick her finger. Drop. Into the pot.
It's enough.
Just one.
I hope you have some cool powers.
I guess you'll find out.
Surely will. Alright, let's go. And he pulls out a really janky looking knife out of his back belt. He walks over to it, he looks down. This is a wood, yes?
Yes, that is it.
Okay. And he starts scratching at it. It makes a big gash down the side. Stick your hand in.
Adelaide will stick her hand in. See if it'll let her through.
And it does.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'll be calling on you, Ada.
You have my number now.
Hmm.
Don't text me. I don't do texting.
I'll be calling on you, Ada. And he leaves.
Let's see if we find him in here.
Or find something to use against her. And we walk inside stealthily.
Who has the ability to see in the dark? Because there is no lights on in here.
I do.
Okay, so you're going to have to lead Imogen. Imogen, you can use heightened senses, and that'll help you see a little bit in the dark, but not completely. But Adelaide, you can lead Imogen through in the dark. Look for a light switch somewhere. And Imogen, with heightened senses on, because it opens up all your senses, you hear in the very, very, very back of the building, you hear music playing, and you hear people laughing. Not a lot of people. And you hear a distinct sound of dripping. Drip, drip, drip.
Coming from the back of the building as well?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like a warehouse, like a storage house.
Oh,
Gotcha. Okay,
sense.
okay. I got the. It's in my mind.
It's hard to know
Alice,
because
now.
it's so dark in here, but Adelaide would be able to tell immediately it's a warehouse.
Mhm.
Just quietly under breath. Do you hear anything?
Yes, I hear people. Not a lot. Music is important. Dripping.
Music's
Something.
important. It means it can cover up the sound of her footsteps.
Something dripping as well. I'll actually look. Well, when we get closer, I will look up and see if anything is dripping from the ceiling.
No.
Adelaide will look up to double check.
The
since I can
question,
see
Imogen,
dark.
you have a bloodhound merit, do you not?
I do.
Yeah. Resolve and awareness. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
And let's also not forget is you have a merit to turn your messies into right crits.
I thought that was only in combat.
I would allow you to use it whenever you want.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Because that's pretty sweet. And we haven't used it yet.
30 successes.
Perfect. The blood that you're smelling is Kindred Vitae. Drip,
There's
drip, drip.
It's Kindred Vitae dripping from the ceiling. And I'll point to where I'm hearing it from.
And look for any like staircase, or if it's coming from the ceiling, head towards where Imogen says the noise is.
You head towards the back of the warehouse, and you see in the back of the warehouse there seems to be some sort of maybe like an electric room, like a utility room that's specifically for electricity, and it's ajar, and you see a light.
With the extra dot and obfuscate,
Mm-hmm.
could I use unseen passage?
Yes, Rouse check.
I'm gonna get Imogen close to the door.
And as
And
you're close
then-
to the door, Imogen, the music's getting really loud, the dripping's getting really loud, the voices are getting really, really loud. And you can look down and see that there is a door here that's ajar. Or look down, rather.
Success.
Look forward.
Okay. So, Adelaide, let's go with Imogen's hand. I'm gonna take a closer look.
Understood.
And
I might want to get
Pop
Imogen
unseen.
to open the door a little bit for you.
Yeah.
you get the door for me.
Yes, I will slowly open the door
Mm-hmm.
enough for her to slip through.
You slip in, and in here there seems to be a drum that has been lit. Seems to be that you don't hear no whirring. Seems to be that the electric grid of this building has been shut off or tampered with in some way. There's a big oil drum that has been lit up for fire, for which you don't want to get too close to, and if you do get too close to, it's going to be a problem. And you see the 3 thin bloods from Humbug. You see them in there, the ones that you brought back on Edgar's plane. And they have, much as you found them with Penelope, where they were feeding on her corpse and doing things, you see Kasim strung up on meat hooks on the top of the ceiling. He seems to have lost his leg. He's missing several fingers, and they've strung him up like a pig, and they've slit his throat, and they seem to be drinking from him like a fountain, like it's a chocolate fountain, and they seem to be doing their own cookery here and doing their own bullshit magic stuff here.
It takes everything in Adelaide not to immediately jump them.
And
But she
Kasim also has a stake in his heart.
Yeah. She comes back. I'm going to pull the snake out. And then I'm going to eat them all.
I'm behind you.
You want to cause a distraction?
Absolutely. And is there something I can knock over to make like a noise?
Of course, it's a big warehouse. It's really dark here for you, so you can't really see. But you can just sort of stumble into the nearest shelf and just push whatever you run into over. Crash, bang. It's really, really loud. And you see all the thin bloods in this room. Adelaide, you see them all stand up. And they go, and they just start giggling. Their eyes are dilated. They are getting drunk off of Kasim's blood. Whatever they are concocting, they're concocting their own form of alcohol with his blood. And you remember they were like this as well with Penelope's blood.
Yeah. So if they're all stand up and giggle, I'm gonna. But they're looking towards the door now.
Mm-hmm.
Are they looking at Kasim?
No.
Okay. It's gonna break off escape, but she's gonna reach up and pull the stake out of Kasim's heart.
Mm-hmm. And when you pull the stake out of his heart, he does not awaken. He is, and you are really close to him now, he's severely damaged. He has burn scars on his outfit, and you're guessing underneath his outfit is actual burn scars.
Yeah, I'm gonna take, and while they're still distracted, because it doesn't take any like words to do this, but I'm gonna use Valerian.
Mm-hmm. Now Valerian takes time. I need a rouse check. For Valerian, I need a rouse check because Kasim is currently, blood is delicious and it's open here for you. So I need 2 rouse checks for that, and then you may roll whatever the fortitude roll is for that.
That's 1 failure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Valerian is intelligence and fortitude. And we're in the same scene still.
Mm-hmm. But they are going to see you, Imogen, as they start to investigate, and they laugh. And they see you standing there and push over, and they say, "Well, hey, you come to party."
What kind of party are we having?
Blood party, obviously. What else is there to do?
I don't believe you had the pleasure of meeting, but you've met some of my friends, my family.
Oh, you're not a sin blood. That's no fun. Do you want to, you could join our party though, but you could be our second course.
You think you could subdue me to be your second course? Would you like to try?
She holds out her hand. And Imogen, you may roll me a stamina and strength roll.
Yeah, okay.
I got 6.
6 successes. Yep. So that heals him 3 aggravated damage. And he is still stuck to all of these meat hooks. He has a meat hook in the good leg that he does have. He has a meat hook in his bottom and in his lower back. And as soon as you awake him, he opens his eyes, and he has a big throat. So he tries to yell, but he can't because they have slit his throat so severely, they have cut his vocal cords. So he tries to yell, and it just comes out like a whimper.
Adelaide's gonna reach up and kind of hold.
Mm-hmm.
And she has 3 strength. Could she get him down?
Strength and either resolve and composure.
I roused and I failed, so just wanted to let you know.
So well, God, that 0 hunger never lasts long for you. It never lasts more than the scene. God damn. Imogen's hungry. Imogen's always hungry.
And resolve.
Interesting. So that's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. So much to their disappointment, she holds out her hand, and she attempts to. You feel this force attempt to push you back into these metal shelves in this warehouse, but you're able to steel yourself against it. Steel yourself to the ground. Would you like to do anything in retaliation? She says, "Whoa, fuck! You're strong for such a little thing."
I'll start slowly pulling out my daggers. Would you like to try again?
Holy shit.
I got 3.
You got 1 off. 2 more.
Okay.
Hey, we are just here because Sahira wanted us to watch him. And she said we could do whatever we wanted to his body as long as we didn't kill him. As long as we didn't take off his head.
Strength of resolve.
Or try to eat him outright. We could bleed him if we wanted.
Oh, so Sahira told you to be here. Interesting.
Well,
okay.
I'm sorry, but your family told us to come here, and nobody wanted us except for this woman, Magdalena, said that we could come with her to meet Sahira. And she says Sahira runs Berlin, so we said, okay, sure. One more.
This is all very good information. Thank you for giving it up so freely. And
I'm really, really drunk.
Just take a step forward.
What, are you going to kill us over this? We're just doing what the boss of the city said.
Boss of the city, is that what she told you?
It is. Mm-hmm. You can successfully get him down. He can't speak, though. So you're going to what? So you're going to kill us, little thing, huh?
You don't think I could?
I think you can. I think you could I think we could try and fight you off, but you're really strong.
You would be correct.
This is really cool.
I'm waiting for Adelaide to make the first move.
Adelaide's right now in sort of. They haven't noticed her.
Mm-hmm.
And but you look past, and they sort of turn around, and they see Adelaide getting Kasim down off of these meat hooks. He's sort of leaning on her pretty heavily. And he only has one leg, as well as not being able to talk.
In that case, I'll activate prowess, and
I will beat the thin bloods to death.
I will attempt to. Sorry, that was really funny. Cross check. I succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
I will grapple the one closest to Adelaide and kind of throw them back so they can't subdue her.
I rolled 5 successes to resist your strength and brawl.
Okay, I'm gonna willpower. Okay, 5 successes. Jesus.
Okay, so you go to grapple the one closest to you, Biaget, who tried to push you back, and she's not a slouch either, and you sort of become entangled in each other. A fight is breaking out. The other two turn around and see Adelaide and Kasim, and they both reach behind them, and they have guns, and they hold them out to you. Put party favor back up on the hooks.
I let you go the first time. Not again. Let us leave.
You know Sahira will kill you for this. She'll kill us for this.
Then maybe you shouldn't have gotten to bed with her.
Maybe we should have stayed in Hamburg.
Kasim's still heavily leaning.
Mm-hmm. You may make me a charisma and persuasion roll.
So good at charisma.
Mm-hmm. But right now, Imogen and this other woman are sort of struggling with a dominating struggle going on here.
I'm gonna start my dominance.
I got 3 successes.
Three to 3. And he says, I think I'll just shoot you, maybe. Or maybe I'll shoot him. And he does. He shoots. For Kasim. And he shoots Kasim's dead square center in his chest.
Adelaide is
But it doesn't put him down yet.
Adelaide is going to put Kasim down.
Mm-hmm.
And jump on him. And eat him.
Okay. Imogen, what are you doing?
I'm gonna break out of this grapple and just start slashing.
Strength and brawl for Adelaide, and composure and melee for Imogen. 3 for Adelaide. 2 for
Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's 6 I do have willpower to spend.
you're
Not
good.
a whole lot.
You jump on
Okay.
the person who shot Kasim, and you start eating him. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, so it's hard to hold him down. But 6 to 3, you're going to overpower him and begin draining him.
Just tearing out chunks of flesh in the meantime, swallowing them down.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at crit. 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Imogen pulls out her Gorgon scale or her 2 daggers and does an extreme amount of damage. She starts slashing at Birgit, and she immediately puts Birgit in a state where she can't walk. She slices her down from her collarbone down to her chest. She slices down low, down where her Achilles tendons are. Watching Imogen fight is like watching a master martial artist or a master swordsman. It's almost distracting even as you're eating this person. And with these 2 people down, the last person is going to shout. And he runs behind Kasim, grabs a machete that he has, which you remember them having in Hamburg, and Kasim is extremely injured, extremely impaired, and he runs up behind him, pulls back his head, and puts a machete to his throat, and he says, "Let us go, or I'll cut his head off."
Tatsuhiro would kill you for that.
Well, you're going to kill us anyway, aren't you?
Go back to Hamburg.
Let them go, and I will leave too.
How hurt is this one?
Pretty severely hurt.
The one that I was eating?
Yes.
Perfect. Adelaide will drop him.
I'll take a step back.
They start shuffling out of the warehouse.
Did they let go of Kasim?
He's still staring at you. I hope you kill her first, before she finds us.
That's the plan.
Then he lets go of Kasim, and he races out.
You can do that. Yeah.
I'll also help support Kasim.
Yeah.
So I said Kasim can't speak. His vocal cords, his throat has been slashed so severely. Even with your Valerian, he was in torpor, and he had 8 points for health. His throat has been slashed so severely, he's cut his vocal cords. He's missing his leg, and he has a lot of burn marks around his body. It looks like now that you see him, now that you're helping him up again, you can see under his shirt. Looks like Sahira was torturing him.
We're going to go home. We're going to go home.
He puts a hand that's missing a thumb and missing a pinky and puts it around your face. Presses his fingers to your lips. And then to his chest that bears all these burn scars.
She's just gonna bury her hands on his chest, and I'm going to kill them.
We will.
The question is, where are you taking Kasim?
Is there a...
I need to get him to someone who can heal him more, and the only one I know is Minerva.
That is correct.
I'm gonna send a text to Maria that says, I will owe you. Imogen, can you pull the cart around and we'll get him in? I don't want to cause too much of a scene.
I can. And I will go do that.
Easily done. It's not far from the warehouse. You load Kasim into the car, into the back, allow him to lay down. He's extremely injured. Probably starving. These thin bloods were bleeding him out. And your plan is to drive to Steglitz-Zehlendorf with Kasim to go to Minerva's, drop Imogen off at her home, which is also in Steglitz-Zehlendorf, because Imogen has a date to catch.
Yeah.
Wow. Same night?
Same night.
That's crazy.
And, yes, so you decided, this is the decision that you made. You learned that Magdalena has been doing something with these Thin Bloods at the behest of Sahira. You saw her there in Friedrichshain, and you decided not to follow her, but instead you decided to rescue Kasim. That is the decision that you made. You mentioned Magdalena you let these Thin Bloods go. You mentioned Magdalena to the Thin Bloods in the tunnel. So there's a high probability now that she knows that you know. And we will deal with the consequences of those decisions you made in Season 2 of Berlin Bloodlines. I want to thank you so much. Adelaide, we won't see you again, but Imogen, we'll see you again for your date. Oh, yay! We'll see you for your date epilogue. Thank you, everyone.